Luke 6:38 says, "Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over will be put into your bosom. For with the same measure that you use, it will be measured back to you." Okay? You remember the story? Some of you may remember, and if you don't, I'll tell it to you real quickly. There was a woman once that they called the widow, and the story is labeled the widow's mite. Many of you may remember this, some of you may not. But a mite was a very, very small coin back in the days of Jesus. And that mite was the only thing this woman had. And there was an opportunity for them to give what they had. And this lady took all she had, this mite, and she put it in the offering and she gave it. And Jesus said, there were people, big wealthy people there that were given like wads of money and blessings and gold and silver. But Jesus said, this lady has given more than all of you because she gave out of her lack. What do you think about that for a second? You may be down to your last 10 cents, but you still have 10 cents. And you could choose to give that and sow it and see and just let God bless you. And do it. Well, let me get to that in a minute. But you could choose to do that. Give, and it shall be given unto you, good measure, pressed down, shaken together. And I've got this out of the King James. This is New King James Version. And I look at several different versions of the Bible because I want to understand the different ways that it's written. But in the King James Version, it says, give, and it shall be given unto you, good measure, pressed down and shaken together, and running over shall men give unto your bosom. Shall men give. We don't need to overlook the fact that people can bless you, and they will bless you. Okay? For the same measure, with the same measure that you use, it will be measured back to you. So how would you like that if you got to see it? If it was laid out before you, you could see how it works, and you could see how much you've given, and you could see how much you've received, and you see that they're related. Right? Would you, if you see that they're related, and you see that you haven't gotten very much because you haven't given very much, would you make a change? Would you say, you know what, I need to be more of a giver? Because when you're a giver, you're going to bless folks. And just like I gave what I gave to Devin, and she's going to take it and bless it and show it up to other people, your giving will bless people. But in turn, you get a gift, you get a blessing. That's not why we do it, but that's just a principle. It's like if you put water in an ice tray and put it in the freezer, it's going to freeze. That's a principle. Right? This is a spiritual principle. Give, and it will come back to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Spiritual principle. Does that make sense to everybody?